Look, the big story here is this clash of titans that's been developing between the walled garden, vertically integrated approach from NVIDIA, frankly, and then the sort of rest of world open approach that's been championed by companies like Dell and Broadcom and AMD. So I think that I don't see them as being overvalued. I don't see them as having an unrealistic multiple in this space. I think people are pretty pretty good at tracking where AMD is.
So, Dave, you're talking about, there's NVIDIA and there's everybody else, and AMD is part of that, everybody else. But on competition with
Yes.
Blackwell, which is set to roll out later this year, AMD's MI300 series, the 300, the 325, and the 350, on the call, they're saying it can be very competitive with Blackwell. But here's the thing I'm noting, and this is Dan Neidstadt, right, whom a lot of people follow. High-end NVIDIA gaming GPUs have been cut, the supply, by up to 50%. That's going to lead to a supply crunch further down the road and also higher prices. How is MI300 or 325 or 350 going to stack up in that environment?
Well, if you're talking about in terms of supply chain, that's sort of a TBD. I can tell you that it's not when we make the statement that a 300, a 325, a 350 is just as performant as something coming from NVIDIA. You have to take that with a grain of salt because that's at the component level. A lot of the AI, frankly, componentry is being purchased at the rack scale level. And NVIDIA does such a great job of that integration. It's why we heard a lot about ROCm, ROC small m, to be clear, from AMD. It's sort of their equivalent software stack that stitches a lot of these open components together to give the approximation of what NVIDIA delivers in an integrated way. So hard to say how supply is going to factor in here. But I can tell you that in head-to-head comparisons with the 300, not even the 325 or the 350, first of all, it's been remarkably easier to move from NVIDIA over to AMD, a lot easier than some of these OEMs expected. And the results have been surprisingly good. So against this backdrop where we're getting some rationality in the market, where people are saying, okay, wait a second, do I need NVIDIA for everything? Maybe I don't. Can I shave some cost here or there? AMD is well positioned.